Hello everyone. I'm excited to be in conversation with Gabriela Reyes today about her residency with Agora Digital Art. I'm Elizabeth Richardson, the digital curator for this residency. It's been a pleasure getting to know Gabriela and being able to experience her residency project throughout its evolution. Gabriela is a designer and multimedia artist and a graduate of the School of Design of the National Institute of Fine Arts of Mexico. She works as an independent artist under the name of CeroTres and is the co-author of the Multimedia Art Studio F3. Gabriela's work explores her affinity for abstract expression and focuses on the exploration of light, form, and space through her unique monochrome style of visual programming. Today we'll be in conversation about her generative art project More, created during her residency with Agora. More explores the possibility of representing romantic feelings and emotions in a series of abstract visual suggestions. The project merges visual programming with experimental audio to transport us to a world of the sensual subconscious. It focuses on how emotional intensity may be suggested through abstract forms, motion, rhythm, and the relationship between light and shadow. This now ongoing artwork series has resulted in 2 digital graphic compositions during Gabriela's residency, Melting and Violence. Both of these visual suggestions are accompanied by ethereal soundscapes to heighten their sensations. This podcast accompanies the launch of More's exhibition. I'm delighted that Gabriela will be introducing More to us, and will follow her presentation of the residency project with a Q&A. Thanks so much, Gabriela. I'll now hand over to you.
Hi Elizabeth. Hi everyone. Thank you for having me here and having the time to talk about the project and my residency with Agora. Well, like a brief introduction, I am a Mexican multimedia artist. I am co-founder of F3 Studio, as you say, and I'm working as independent artist also under the name Cero Tres, which is a project that I am working with Agora, my independent work. I've been working on that since almost 8 years, from 2014, after I graduated from the design school. My main work focuses on projects with light, sound, and space. Very particularly with me, I love the abstraction on every idea, so my projects are very much like super abstract.
Thanks so much. Could you tell us a bit about your residency project? Give us sort of a brief overview.
The project, it was pretty much an experimental project for me because it is an idea that I had for some time. I was thinking on, but I never could bring it to life. So I took this residency to explore this idea, which is to make an abstract interpretation of feelings, romantic feelings or emotions, try to transform it in audiovisual suggestion. So the main idea is to represent abstract ideas, because I don't want to call you specific emotions, because maybe one of these audiovisual suggestions can work for different emotions. It depends on the perception of the people. So I try to make with visual programming and audio these compositions that could express these ideas, romantic ideas or emotions. So this is what is about the project. It's called More. I choose that word because I think these audiovisual suggestions, they are not only images or videos or they can say more about a feeling, about a moment, about an emotion. Is not a specific speech or discourse with every audiovisual suggestion. It's wherever the people can feel. Because, for example, for me, these suggestions can say something specifically, but maybe for you it works different because you have in a different experiences than me, and so on with the people. So that's why I decided to call it More. More is about audiovisual abstract interpretation of emotions.
And I was wondering if you could share what the creative possibilities of visual programming mean to you, and how How has it enabled you to explore sensations that are difficult to describe?
First of all, I think I have such an abstract, I don't know, I am so abstract talking about my creative process. No matter what kind of media I am working on, I realize my thoughts are like super abstract. Yeah, talking about with visual programming, for me, this media makes easy to make sketches of these ideas to start working on and then polish them to have when I think it's getting the shape of the form that I wanted or I needed to express my idea, just I need to polish. But visual programming make it one thing I like for visual programming is that it's at the same time is a challenge because you don't always know the answer or the way to make it, but also at the same time make it easy because you can just explore, patch, and I don't know, make it happen. So it's difficult to describe these feelings. I think just making exploration through programming is how I can find what I think it was the answer for that composition.
And how do you transform a feeling into a shape or sound? Was it spontaneous and clear to you which forms represented a feeling or concept, or was it more of an experimental process?
It was definitely an experimental process because at first I didn't know if this idea it was gonna work for all the people because this idea was born for actually for experimental. I was just patching something for another project, and then I had two white spheres in a white canvas interacting with each other. Just keep staring at the spheres. It remembered me some past experience. The movement, the so smooth, so slowly, and at the same time so cute. So at first, I think maybe these memories that I am having from looking at this image, maybe it's kind of weird. But then I thought maybe it's amazing to have these memories from this so abstract image just because of the behavior of the spheres. So from that, I think that maybe you cannot transform a feeling into a shape, but you can shape or sound something that remember to you or relate to you how you feel when you experiment these emotions of this moment of this related to being in love or not necessary, maybe just kissing someone, but these moments you cannot describe with a specific word, but maybe yeah, you can remember it just watching this behavior of these subtle suggestions. So yeah, that's how I start with this idea. But at the end, yes, it is a super experimental process.
And I like the ambiguity of the titles. For me, it's enabled personal attachments to these pieces. Could you share with us a little bit about your titling process and what these words mean to you?
I didn't want to be so specific with each composition because I think we all can interpret it differently. So, for example, for the first composition that it was the most clear to me, these two is first interacting with each other. For me, the first sensation that I related this behavior was for a kiss. But then after I look at them for a long time, maybe it's not even the physical action of a kiss. Maybe it's what you're thinking or feeling in your mind, or maybe just when you are thinking of someone, or maybe so the idea was just growing up. It's not super specific. So or I think that maybe when you are kissing someone or when you are thinking of someone or when you are having these experiences, you're feeling like melting. So that's why I decide that a specific word for that composition because it's not closing a specific act or a specific emotion. It's just a super ambiguous word, but I think we all have been through a moment that we describe as we feel that we're melting. So that's how I decide about the titling. And it's the same for violence, because it's not in the aggressive way. It is in the super exciting emotion. You can feel super happy in a violence way. I don't know, you cannot hide it. You just feel it, and it's super violence inside of you. So super happiness. I don't know. So that's why I think about that word, because it is a different violence, but you cannot avoid it. It is what it is. So yeah, that's how the titles were was born. Yeah.
And you've created these wonderful soundscapes as well that heighten the visual sensation of your compositions. And I know this residency represents your first major experimentation with audio. Could you share what that experience has been like? Where did you turn to seek audio inspiration, and what challenges were involved?
Audio has a lot to be, it's super related with this process, because first of all, one of my inspirations for that project is songs, and lyrics. They make me feel like sometimes some words are put in the are put in the right place, in the right moment, with the right sound. So that's why the songs make you feel what you feel when you listen to it. That's for start. That's one of my inspirations. And after that, I think it's the same with sound. You can listen to some or to one sound and remember something. So my inspirations was the sounds that I feel. It was like that, abstract, but at the same time romantic, at the same time happy. And I have no experience before of this residency with to making audio, but I took this like a good reason to start. It was not easy, because even though I have cleared the idea in my mind of how I wanted the audio, how I wanted the spheres to sound like, so hard to make it real, because I didn't have this experience. But I took the time to introduce myself to this audio production. Maybe it was not exactly as I wanted, but for being the first project that I'm working on with audio, I feel so happy with the results. Also, it's super abstract audio, but it works perfect with the behave of the graphics. At the end, I think they work.
Yeah, definitely. And on that note, I was wondering if this residency has been a springboard for new ideas in your practice. Would you apply any of the poetic, visual, or audio processes to your future projects?
Definitely, this residency, it makes me to realize what my projects or my ideas can be when they become true. And also, what is important for me was with you in this case, having this feedback about the ideas that I'm having. It was super important for this project, because at first I was super afraid of this was just a crazy idea. It was not work with other people as well as work for me. So I took this residency as a super supportive way to develop this project. Also, as you mentioned, the poetic vision, that I didn't think it was related with my project, but once we developed this idea, you made me like realize it was connected with some poetics. So yes, definitely I will keep that in mind with my future projects and make it more the first plane of my projects. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that and to see more. And I wanted to conclude this conversation by asking, really, what's next? Do you hope for more to continue or take new directions?
Yeah, I hope it will continue. To be honest, I find it so a little bit hard to find the audiovisual suggestion for motions. I wanted to have three of these compositions, but once I get involved with one, I just keep it and keep it and keep it, working on that. So I think with the time, I will find another way to develop another emotions and grow this collection. For now, I just have the two of them, but I hope the collection, the series will continue. As ambiguous that is the feelings and the emotions, I think the time will say when will bring another emotion for this series. So yes, I hope that it will continue. And also, I'm very happy to have this virtual space to where is more right now, so I can just add in new compositions. So yeah, that's what I have there.
Yeah, how do you reflect now on more as a whole, seeing it in its exhibition space?
For now, it is two compositions, but I hope this space is amazing you because you can walk through and listen to and watch some stills, and then the image move. So yeah, I hope I can make it grow. And also, you can visit on the link is on my website and also in the Agora website. So I don't know. I hope people can visit in there and share what if they feel something or not, because that's what I am very curious about this project.
Yeah, the exhibition space and the project are both fantastic, and I encourage everyone
Yeah.
to go have a look. Thank you so much, Gabriela, for being in conversation with us today. It's been really inspiring working with you and learning about your work, and I'm really excited about the future of more and your projects.
Yeah, thanks to you and thanks to Agora, because I really appreciate this opportunity to develop my project, which, because sometimes you just think you're having crazy ideas, but at the end you realize that it is good ideas. So yeah, thanks to you and to Agora for having me here.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Bye bye.